I'm Rachel Scott at ABC headquarters here in New York. We are coming on the air at this hour with breaking news. President Biden has just announced that he is ending his re-election bid. Just moments ago, the president tweeted out, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. While it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision." There are still so many questions yet to be decided and so little time before those questions need to be figured out. So I want to go right away to our chief Washington correspondent, John Karl. John, we are just 100 days out from the November election. Pressure was building on the president to step aside. Now he is announcing that he has.
Rachel, it's an extraordinary moment in American history. This is the first time we have seen a sitting president bow out of re-election since Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1968. And it comes, unlike Johnson's move, which happened in January of that year, it comes after he has already gone through a primary process, after he has already effectively won the Democratic nomination, which now raises the huge questions, as you allude to, of what happens next. In his letter announcing this extraordinary decision, he mentions his vice president, Kamala Harris. He says, "I want to thank my vice president, Kamala Harris, for being an extraordinary partner." But he makes no reference about what he will do in terms of an endorsement. Will he endorse? Will he not endorse? Will there be an open process? What happens next? He says he will talk to the nation in the coming days more about his decision. But now the Democrats have to figure out what happens. Who replaces Joe Biden as the Democratic candidate for president?
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Carlos Cruz Show. So we just got word that Joe Biden, the current president, will not be renewing his re-election campaign. He has since dropped out. I am not surprised to hear this because what he's been going through, his dementia-like symptoms, the fact that it's hard for him to recall dates, people, names of people, confusing the president of Ukraine with the president of Russia, calling him Putin. There's a certain, there's a lot of behaviors that kind of like red flags, what you mean? And it's not because it's a partisan thing, because he's a Democrat. It's just because these are signs that he has, dementia. I have family that work in mental health, and they sort of confirmed this to me way before the debate, just during his presidency, the things that he would say, the things that he would do, and the people that he would confuse. I wish Mr. Biden well. I hope he gets the help that he needs, and I hope that he enjoys his, retirement. I know that there's lots of emotions, and there are lots of people who were hoping, that he beat Trump, but I just kind of knew that that was going to be impossible. Even though Trump is old, almost the same age as our current POTUS, Biden, he doesn't drink. Some of the things that contribute, and let me just fact check myself, that contribute to dementia is alcohol, drug consumption, because basically dementia is basically deteriorating, brain deterioration. You know what I mean? Things that, hold on one second here. I'm just going to fact check myself here. Things that contribute to dementia. Just a second here. Make sure I'm not, speaking here. So, one of the things that they're talking about that contributes to dementia is eating the wrong foods. You could have a sort of genetic disposition, but if you ate things that were unhealthy while you were young and you have a genetic disposition to it, there's a possibility that you could, get dementia. Um, Not exercising, you know, um, staying active, uh, reading, if you do sort of all these things, eating the right thing, um, not drinking a lot, um, you're decreasing your likelihood of getting, you know, dementia. Making sleep a priority, eating things like blueberries, greens, it helps with your brain. Getting your omega-3s, eating like things like fish, taking krill oil, taking things that are going to help your brain um stay, stay strong, because you want to fight dementia and also you want to fight Alzheimer's. Okay. So people were talking about um Kamala Harris actually getting on the campaign. Um, I don't think that she will run against Trump. Um, I don't think she'll be a strong enough candidate to do so, based on her record in California, um, against blacks and Hispanics. You can go Google that, and the fact that she's not that articulate, if that makes sense, because there's a lot of word salad that she actually uses. She was not really when she was, I guess, appointed to be the border czar, and there's actually no proof that she actually went to, the border. I'm sorry, there isn't. She would always sort of sidestep that question or go somewhere else. So, um, and the fact that people that were working up under her quit, some got fired, and um, there was a little talk of her actually um, verbally abusing people under her in this current administration. Which is sad. Um, I do think that they might get Gavin Newsom in there. I know that's been talks of that. Also, the current governor of New York. Interesting thing is that this governor of New York, she was in the news for saying that black people don't know what a computer is. Um, so that's a little bit a little racist. But we will definitely see. So I know that they have to. The Democrats have a lot of work to do. Um, and they're scrambling right now. It's not easy. I would hate to be in sort of in that sphere of trying to get whoever's ready to be nominated, because that's a lot of stress. Um, and they have to go spar against, Trump, who's not gonna, he's not gonna pull any punches. You have to have your A game on. So this will be very, very interesting. Um, we'll see what happens. You know, it's funny. This is the weirdest political climate ever. This is the first time in U.S. history where there were actually charges brought up against a former U.S. president, um, based on the fact that he cheated on his wife and while he was running for office, or before it was covered up like a hush money payment thing, and some other weird thing about real estate valuation when there was no victims involved because he actually paid the banks back. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's the first time this ever happened. Um, you know, I love America and I hope we can get out of this witch hunt political stuff, you know. I think everyone should respect each other's political opinion. I don't believe that we should go after people, make them feel bad, or cancel them, or try to take money from them just because they think differently than you. To me, the idea of America is that we're all different. We come together for one cause, to live in peace and harmony, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, um, and 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 you know, just to be happy and the freedom to be yourself. Um, whether you be a Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, Baha'i, Buddhist, um, gay, straight, whatever you want to be. Um, you know, we have all these differences in America, but it doesn't mean that we have to um attack everyone verbally or physically because of differences. Well, I don't agree with what everyone does, you know, but I'm not going to try to ruin their life. I'm not going to try to find them and try to convince them otherwise. You know, I do think um, healthy banter and healthy discussions, discord or having a healthy argument is good, you know, but both parties have to learn something, you know. You can't have a discussion with someone who doesn't know the laws of logic, you know, who doesn't understand a pause, doesn't understand that it's nothing personal, if that makes sense, you know. So, you know, with that said, is you really have to be careful how you treat people. You don't have to agree with them. You know, you can agree to disagree, and people can move on and just keep it going. We all have a life to live. Um, as human beings, we have a lot in common. And that is that we want to take care of our families. We want to live in peace. We want a job. We want to go on vacation. We want to see the world. We want to worship our God in peace. Um, we want, prosperity, and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, it's just you just have to try to be a good person. Um, and I think that we all need, you know, a dose of reality, and as far as what, being patient and being understanding. I'm gonna be putting more videos up. I'm gonna try to do at least one a week. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple ways, you can do it. In the description, I'll put my Venmo at Carlos-Cruz-148. So I can get to you doing what I do. Please support me there. Um, uh, and also, support others who want to, who are in this endeavor and doing what, we do. I do want to get to 100,000 subscribers. So please like and subscribe, and be a good person. All right. Thank you and have a great day. Accomplish your goals.